So I'm Bruce Freeman, and the topic today is turning adversity into opportunity. Meredith mentioned that I have MS. I was diagnosed in 2008, but I've lived my life. I have a beautiful wife who Meredith knows well. I'm glad that's on tape. I may need it. I have two beautiful daughters. Most of us have had some adversity in our lives, and there's really three different ways that you can look at an adverse situation. It's either a problem, a challenge, or an opportunity. We all know what a problem is. A challenge implies that there's some difficulty, and an opportunity is a chance to go forth and do better. I'm going to talk about 4 adverse situations in my life, and then I'm going to give you 5 tools to help you overcome adverse situations. When I was working for PC Magazine at Ziff Davis Publishing, I was there about 4 years. I had 4 different bosses, and a new boss came in, and every once in a while a new captain comes in and he wants his own lieutenants, and I was not one of the lieutenants, and I was fired from a job with a wife, a mortgage, and a 3-year-old. The other one wasn't on the scene yet. Well, I turned that business into, I turned my work life into my own business, and I started Proline Communications. Very successful over many years, but what was interesting, when I started the business, all I did was take an announcement card. You know, Bruce Freeman is pleased to announce starting his own business. I listed the things that I did, and I sent it out to my database of 2,500 business connections, and that's how I started a business. And it was very successful, and I started adding teaching to that and consulting, and I've been living in Livingston for 31 years. I have 2 beautiful kids, a beautiful wife, and the rest is history. Again, the formula: I took an adverse situation, getting fired from a job, and I turned it into an opportunity of having my own business over many years. When I was diagnosed with MS, I went to St. Barnabas Hospital because I had an exacerbation, and after they gave me medication, they sent me to Kessler Institute. You all know Kessler. I was at Kessler, and I was finishing up physical therapy one day, and the nursing aide was taking me back to my room in a wheelchair. I get over to the bed, and the nursing aide has one of my legs on the bed, and she's about to move the other leg onto the bed when my cell phone, which was in my pocket, goes off. It's a computer hardware company out in California who got my name from a very prominent journalist in the magazine Investors Daily. I spoke to this marketing director, and the bottom line is I closed $180,000 worth of business with one leg in the air and one leg on a rehab bed. Why? Because I didn't need my legs to do my business. I needed my brains, my mouth. No one's ever accused me of not having one of those. My education and my reputation. Let me talk about some of the tools that I've used over the years. Perseverance. My dad, who was a Cranes Mill resident, taught me perseverance. When I was a child in elementary school, I would come home. Bruce, how'd you do on the spelling test? Dad, I got a 92. Who got the other 8? I don't know who got the other 8. Came home. How'd you do on the science test? Dad, got an 88. Who got the other 12? I don't know who got the other 12, but he always pushed me to do better. He always wanted that grade. The funniest story was I was interviewed by New Jersey Business Magazine for a marketing a piece. The editor-in-chief is a gentleman named Anthony Biratteri. He's a good friend of mine. And in that, he's writing the article. He says, Bruce Freeman teaches at the Stillman School of Business, in parentheses. He's won 5 outstanding teaching awards out of 12 years. And just as I'm reading that, it was like the heavens opened up and I heard my father's voice. 5 out of 12? Who wanted the other 7, Bruce? Hope is an incredibly important tool. A couple of months ago, John LaPook, who's the medical director on CBS television, did a piece on the advances in medicine. There have been outstanding advances in cancer, particularly children's cancer. And there have been amazing advances in what I have in MS. They have 3 new oral medications, and there are 2 different types of MS, relapsing, remitting, and progressive. They never had anything for progressive MS, which I have. They just had an FDA approval on a drug at the end of March, which has slowed the progression of the disease. It's absolutely incredible what they're doing. I'm very encouraged by it. The last tool I want to mention is a sense of humor. I mentioned to a few people who were here, my mom had an incredible sense of humor. She was always 39, like Jack Benny, and when I turned 40, and I'm the younger of 2 boys, I said, Ma, you can't do that 39 routine anymore. Your youngest child just turned 40. And my mother said to me, shut up, I'll be what I want, and you be what you want. And that was her answer. My favorite story is, my wife and I got married, we were in our early 30s. And when I was in my middle 20s and I would go out with a girl, my mother would say to me, so, how was the date? I would say, fine. Did you like her? She was fine. You going out with her again? Nah. Why not? Not interested. This went on, and she got very frustrated because she didn't feel I was giving anybody a fair chance. And every time I had a date, I had an argument with my mother. So finally she got so frustrated that she said to me, Bruce, when you get married, I'm gonna dance on the table. And she kept saying that. When I got married, I went up to the band leader and I told him the story. My brother and I moved a table out in the middle of the reception hall, and I said, Ma, get on that table and start dancing. And she didn't know what I was talking about, and then she realized what she had done. We have a picture of my mom dancing on the table at my wedding. Well, I want to conclude my formal remarks by saying this. If there's one lesson I've learned in my experience, that is, you can never let a disability define who you are. So having said that, I thank you for being such a gracious audience, and I'd like to answer any questions or talk to you about any subjects that you'd like to.